go ahead and start standing. We'll warm up today working into our core, a little bit of upper body as well. So you want some room out in front because we'll be walking in and out of a plank and pike. It's very similar to what we do on a reformer. So bringing your feet together, hip distance apart, a little softness in those knees. Inhale, reach your hands up to the ceiling, taking just a slight back bend, lifting up the heart, lengthening the abdominal wall. And as you exhale, we're going to come on down, roll on down all the way into your forward fold. You can have a little soft bend of the knees to help get your hands on the ground. Feel some length in your spine as the crown of the head reaches toward your toes. And you're going to feel a scoop in your stomach. So the spine is rounding over, a little pull up of the abdominal muscles. And from your core, from your belly button, you're going to start to press out, reaching your heart and chest forward. That's going to start to move your hands, walking out into a plank. Take as many little hand steps as needed to get there. Heels are reaching back, turning on your hamstrings. Press up from your palms and slide those shoulders away from your ears. Take another inhale. As you exhale, we're going to lift our right foot, reaching it out behind us. Press through the heel. And then tapping it out to the side. So inhale, it's going to sweep out to the side. Big toe might tap the floor. Exhale, lift that leg back up. And then inhale, lower. And then we'll do the other side. Exhale, leg lifts, press out through that heel. Inhale, leg sweeps out to the side, big toe stops down, feel that stretch in the outer hip. Lifting that leg back up behind you, and then step it back down. Now from here, we're gonna walk toward our hands, so start to draw the belly button up toward the ceiling, allowing your head to hang, press up from those palms, and then pulling those core muscles in, hugging your abdominal muscles, start to tiptoe those feet forward. You can drop those heels, bending of knees if needed. You're back into your fold. And then we're gonna roll up, tailbone, lower back, mid back, upper back, neck and head. Take a couple rolls of your shoulders, one way, and then the other. And then standing tall, inhale, arms reach out to the sides of the room, sweeping up to the ceiling. Exhale, hands come down, tuck your chin and roll down into your forward fold. Bend your knees to help get them there. Hanging in your fold for a breath or two. You can nod the head yes. Shake the head no. And then starting to press back. So thinking of your lower abs, belly button and downwards. Pushing up through the legs, coming onto those tippy toes. Walking back out into your plank. Shoulders are stacked right over your wrists. Heels pressing back, activating those hamstrings. Little lift in the back of the head. Switching up our legs, you're going to bring that right knee toward the left elbow. Feel a twist underneath. You can stay here, maybe extend that leg out. Stop that leg all the way back. Inhale into your plank, exhale, other leg's gonna reach out. Maybe extending the leg. Inhale, step back into your plank. Then as you exhale, scoop stomach in, belly button to the ceiling, pulling up those abdominal muscles. Getting lighter on your hands as they start to walk in toward your toes. Hanging back into your fold. And then slowly rolling up, tailbone, lower back, mid back, upper back, neck and head. Arms sweep up to the ceiling. And then rounding the spine, tucking the chin, rolling all the way down into your fold. Pressing out from the abdominal wall, so light on those hands. Lengthening spine, lengthening that six-pack line, press up from those palms. And again, starting with that right leg, leg reaches back behind you, taps out to the side. Lift it back behind you, and back into your plank, other leg. Press up through the heel, reach out through the toes, lift that leg back, and lower. Belly button pulls up and in. Tiptoe those feet forward, walking toward your hands. Holding in your fold and then rolling up. Tailbone, lower back, mid back, upper back, neck and head. Arms sweep, big inhale. Exhale, arms come down, tuck the chin, roll all the way down. Walking your feet back. So once again, all those scooped in stomach muscles coming out of the tiptoes. Tiptoe your feet back, head and heart reaching forward. Find that plank. Right knee, left elbow, you can stay here, extend that leg out. Step back into your plank. Good stretch in that IT band, that outer thigh, other leg. Step back into your plank. Pulling belly button up and in, head hangs, start to walk your hands toward your feet. And roll all the way up. To standing. One last round together. Inhale, hands sweep up. Exhale, roll on down. Inhale, walking out into your plank. Heart reaching forward, looking between your hands. Leg lifts, taps to the side. Lift it back, and ball the foot down. Lift the other leg, tap it out to the side. Take it back, ball the foot down. Walk toward those hands. Head hangs, looking back for the front of your legs, knees or shins. Slowly rolling up. And one last time. Inhale, arms sweep up to the ceiling. Exhale, roll on down, forward fold. Walking those feet back. So for that rounded spine, flattening out, lengthening out both directions. Knee to opposite elbow, maybe leg extends. Step it back, other way. Step it back, belly pulls in, head hangs, walk toward your feet, heels get heavy, bend knees as needed, and roll all the way up. So that's some good stretching, starting to turn on those abdominal muscles. From here, we're gonna come down to the ground. So you want something comfortable to lay down on. I'm good with carpet. A mat works too, a towel, a blanket, whatever you got at home. Laying down on your back, I'm gonna start with my right leg as my moving leg. Then eventually we're gonna turn to face forward, face to the screen. We'll come up a little bit higher, and then we'll turn to face the ground to our tabletop. But starting all the way down, so peeling it on down, tailbone, lower back, mid back, upper back, neck, and head. Both legs extended out. Arms are gonna start down at your side, keeping the front of the shoulders nice and soft. Your chest down away from your chin. So I'm gonna start with the right leg. Left leg stays extended out, pointing the toes, active leg muscles. Pelvis stays in place, so pressing your tailbone into the floor. A little pull of those front ribs together for support. Right leg is gonna sweep up to the ceiling, reaching up from the hip. Take as high as you can take it without changing your hips, not letting them tuck underneath, and lower. So a couple kicks like this, stretching out and up, bracing through the abdominal muscles, counting down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, hold that leg up. Now from here, we're gonna start to move this right leg. If needed, to help your lower back feel more supported, you can bend your other leg in, that supporting leg. Our right leg is gonna circle across, keeping that hip down, booty on the floor, down to the floor, circle out to the side and back up toward the ceiling. So trying to keep your back flat and resting on the floor, including the very tip of your tailbone. Nice big circle. Couple more in this direction, then we'll reverse it. 4, 3, 2. Last one in this direction, across, down to the floor, out to the side, up to the ceiling, and reverse, out to the side, down to the floor, across the other leg, back up to the ceiling. Strong legs, point those toes, staying active behind the knee, reaching that leg out from the hip, and securing the hips to the ground. 4 more, almost there. Last 4, 3, 2, last 1, and that leg is gonna lower to the ground. Now as the leg lifts up like we did before, we're gonna start to reach. First reaching toward our leg, head, neck, and shoulder blades roll up, belly scoops in, so you feel those front ribs pull together, reaching for your toes, plug those shoulders in, inhale, lower. Now we're gonna reach both hands about the same distance apart on the outside of the leg. So I'm gonna do a little twist into the right obliques, reaching to the outside of the lifting leg, same leg is lifting each time. Now to the inside, so twisting toward you guys, reaching toward those toes, belly pulls in, twist away from the leg, and roll down. And then we're gonna repeat that. Rolling up, belly pulls in, inhale, lower, Exhale, lift, a little twist to the outside. Inhale, lower, and a twist to the inside. You can always take those hands behind your head for a little added neck support. And repeat, straight to that leg, to the outside, to the inside. Awesome. And repeat, reach into that leg, belly pulls in, our fourth round. Reaching out through those toes, keeping those hips in place, peeling down vertebrae by vertebrae. A little twist to the right, little twist to the left. And again, reaching up for the foot, belly scoops in. And lower to the outside of the leg. Reach, reach, reach. Roll it down to the inside of the leg. Reach, reach, reach. Roll it down, last full round. Reaching up toward those toes. To the outside. Pulling deeper to the right oblique. To the inside, that lifting leg. Pulling a little deeper into the left. Lower, and on this last one, we're gonna lift up and hold. So right leg lifts, reaching, 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 and then holding on to that leg. So you have a scoop in your stomach, so that's when you're using your abdominal muscles. You want your leg to feel kind of heavy in your hands, so that way you're not gonna fall backwards. And plugging those shoulders in, other leg can bend if you can. Stretch it out, press the back of the leg into the ground. Our leg doesn't have to move too much, but we're gonna start to lower down, walking our hands down the calf, into the hamstring, the back of the thigh, peeling down. You don't have to come all the way. You feel a tug of that chin, then walking your hands back up. Squeezing shoulders down to those side ribs. Get some stretch as well. It's okay if there's a bend in your knee. You're using your leg and that internal tension to climb up and down, to roll the spine off the ground, vertebrae by vertebrae, and to roll back down. Just a couple more times. Lower. Inhale, exhale, roll it up. Inhale, exhale, roll it down. Last time. Inhale, exhale, lower, staying down. Inhale, leg can float to the ground. This time we're going to lift the right leg and we're going to bend the knee. So leg is going to lift up, knee is going to bend in right over that hip. And then leg is going to extend out and down. Taking our hands behind our head. Reaching opposite elbow to knee so that knee comes up. We're going to lift and twist. And then lower, peeling back down. So a little twist in the rib cage and the waist. Reaching your elbow, that inner tricep to the knee. Don't have to touch, just going in that direction. We'll twist the same way each time. Peel up, belly scoops in. Send out through the toes, lower leg to the floor. Twist. And lower, making progress. Belly peels in and twist. Lower all the way down. Scoop. Twist. Reach out. And lower. Final 4. Twist. 3. Twist. Last 2. Twist. Feel those abs. Last one. Lift up. Twist. And lower all the way down. Give that right knee a little hug in toward your chest. Stretching it in and out for the hip, for the inner thigh. And then rolling onto your side. Switching up our working leg. Our right leg can either stay behind us, pushing from that foot to stack the hips. Or it can come in front of you. That's comfortable to kind of rest it in the ground so the hips are still stacked. Left leg, our working leg is going to extend out, point through those toes. And then we're going to start to pulse here. So I'm going to move my leg just so you can see. This leg is as straight as possible. Kneecap, toenails are facing you. And I'm feeling this both from the inner thigh right up through the pelvic floor, those deep core muscles, as well as from the outside of the leg kind of into that bottom waist. So both sides of the leg working as you pulse. Got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. This leg gets a nice kind of stretch too in this position. Last 3, 2, 1. We're going to flex the foot, so I'm pushing through the heel and pulse. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, reach out, and 1. Go ahead and stack your legs. Bend your knees so your knees are in line with your hips and shoulders, and then we're going to come up a little bit higher onto our forearm. Lifting off that bottom hip, if you can hold in your side plank. At any point if needed, for your shoulder, for your waist, you can bring that hip down and move from here. But just adding on a little extra oblique work, lifting up from that bottom side, pressing up from your forearms so you don't sink the front of the shoulder. You got those wide open collarbones. And then we're going to reach our top leg, reach our top hand, stretch, 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 and then squeeze elbow to knee. Feel that top oblique scoop in, or right in here. Inhale, lengthen out, reaching through pinky finger, pinky toe. Exhale, squeeze rib and hip together, elbow toward the knee. Big inhale. Exhale, squeeze. Keep it going. Try to keep that bottom hip lifted in your half side plank. Reach and squeeze. 8, 7. Little pull of those front ribs together so you don't start to back bend. 6. Slow and controlled. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze. Restack your knees, and then we're going to turn to face the floor. So coming to hands and knees, all fours. Hands are underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips with some space between them. And then still working in that right leg, one closest to you guys. We're going to keep this 90-degree bend behind the knee. Take your knee out toward the side, keeping length between your shoulder and hip so you're not crunching in the waist. Then we're going to circle this leg. So like your kneecap is drawing a circle right to the side of your hip, or as much of a circle shape as you can get. Pressing up from your palms, and then keep some tension, a little lift in that front waistband. Yeah, you got it. Help protect your lower back since you don't have something to rest it on. Fighting gravity to hold that long flat back. Circle 4, 3, 2, 1, and now we're going to reverse it. Whichever way you didn't go. Same leg, circling the other way. Checking with your supporting side, that leg is straight up and down. Lengthening the back of the neck, little lift in the back of the head. Looking forward and down between your palms. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that leg down. So it's going to move, that 90-degree bend. We're going to take it out to the side just to lift. The knee goes out and lowers, then it goes back behind us. Toe to the ceiling, kneecap right behind your shoulder and hip, and lower, and then repeat. Out to the side, and back. Out to the side, and back. Squeezing the back of the leg, lifting from your glute, that booty squeeze, both into the side of the hip and the back of the hip. You got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, take it out to the side, take it back, hold it here. To add in some intensity in the glute work, hamstring work, you can come down onto your forearms. Keep lifting up in that front waistband, and then take that toe, pulse it to the ceiling. Punching a hole in the ceiling with that big toe. Squeezing behind the leg, lifting up in those core muscles. Front waistband pulled up and in. You got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Extend that leg out. That should feel good. Press into the ball of the foot. Other legs can extend as well. You can drop to those knees if needed, holding your plank. Gaze is forward and down. So last thing we're going to do on this side. Holding for 8. Then we're going to add in a little twist. You can always come back to the hold if that's better for your back. Hold for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hips go right and left. Little pivot on those toes. Staying lifted up out of those shoulders. We'll stretch after this. Keep that breath going. Knees or toes. Elbows or palms. You got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Beautiful. And 1. Come back center. Widen those knees. Take them to the floor. And send those hips back toward your heels. Always rest the forehead on the ground. Softening neck muscles. Yes, and when you're ready, go ahead and roll on up. Sit on up. Grab a sip of water. We do have our second side to go, but we're going to do something in between. So we will, I think, I might be moving facing the side or facing forward, but we're going to come to a straddle so that your legs are extended out. Maybe not your widest straddle to where you kind of feel your hips want to tilt forward. You want to keep them as stacked as possible. Ideally, legs are straight. There might have to be a little bend in the knees for the lower back, but if you can, straight legs. And then we'll take our hands behind our head. Interlacing to start, head pressing into your hands, because sometimes it wants to kind of come a little further forward. So using our hands behind our head, just to remind ourselves to keep that head stacked. Relax those shoulders down. Inhale as you exhale, we're going to twist. I'll start to the right. Just squeezing into the right oblique, looking toward my right toes. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist the other way. Inhale back to center. So continuing here, exhaling as you twist. Inhale as you release. So you want to think of your rib cage spiraling kind of up over your hips. So we're not crunching down as we twist, spiraling up and over. So come to kind of a side view. So pelvis is stacked. You're moving. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist one way. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist the other. Need some stretch in the legs. Feel those core muscles work for that spiral up over the hips. Rib cage, heart, shoulders twist together. Last 8, 7, 6, head still pressing into your hands, back into your hands. 4, 3, last 2. Good, last 1. Come back to center, extend those arms out. Pressing shoulders down, take an inhale. Exhale, we're going to twist like we did before. And then reaching opposite hand to foot. Arms are going to saw. Back palm, flip it up to the ceiling. Maybe look toward it. Lowering down. Inhale, coming back to center. Lungs fill with air. They inflate high up over your hips. Heart over belly button. Exhale, twist and saw the other way. Flip that back palm. Inhale, lifting all the way up. Staying forward in those core muscles, not leaning back, and twist. Reaching out to your fingertips, the arms and abdominal muscles are working together for that spiral and for that lift, being nice and wide. Exhale as you twist, squeezing the breath out. Diaphragm right around the belly button. Inhale, lift. Keep it going. We'll count down, so if you're going a little faster, a little slower, not as important as really feeling it in the waist, the core. A little bit of those arms too, even without hand weights today. Wide open chest. Yes, last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Twist. Sit it up. Hands are to come behind you. So you're going to press into your palms, creating a little shelf of your shoulder blades so heart stays lifted, that you're not crunching down. Lots of length and bracing up and down the front of your core. And then moving from the inner thighs, that hug in and up. We're going to bring those feet together. They may lift off the ground. It's okay too if they stay a little bit lower. Inhale, open. Exhale, squeeze together. So you bring your legs together, trying to keep that long, flat back. It's easier to kind of round backwards so that I have my back of the pelvis pressing down. And you can see my kind of head coming forward, trying to keep this space here. So heart lifted, pubic bones pressing down. Using that push up from your palms to help. Again, legs don't have to be very high. Definitely might feel this in your quads too, the top of the legs, and that inner hip. Almost there. Last 4. I'm going to start from the top. 3, 2. You got it. Last 1. Open, press up, standing tall or sitting tall. Hands behind your head, shorter round. Inhale, exhale, twist to the right, staying high. Inhale, center, exhale, twist to the left. Ribs high over hips, head pressing into your hands. Using your core to twist to spiral around. Back to center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, restep. Making progress. Again, shorter side, just 8. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Arms extend out, back to that saw. Twist, opposite hand to foot, flip that back palm. Inhale, lift up, ribs high over hips. Twist, spiral, and fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, saw. Shorter set. In the second set, I got kind of one more of that V-sit hold. We'll switch up those legs, so 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, lift, 3, lift, 2, lift, last 1, lift, hands come back, feet are gonna come together and do a little crisscross. So it's okay if there's some bend in the knees, crisscross one foot over the other. You can straighten your legs, straighten the legs. Heart lifting high. Pressing up in those palms. Final part of the exercise. 8, 7, keep that breath going. 6, 5, 4, 3, cross, 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 2, and 1. Give those knees a hug, squeeze, roll on down. Give them a good stir. Touching through the front of the hips. Stir them the other way. Widen those sitting bones and that lower back a little stretch too. And then we'll come back to laying down. So we're gonna do our other side. So I'm gonna be moving my left leg. Then we'll turn to face the side, then turn to face all 4s. So I'm gonna lay down on my back. My leg furthest from you is the one that's gonna start moving. Again, we're gonna start with that countertop. We're gonna start with our head down. It'll lift eventually. Arms down at your side. Heart, chest, rest down. Little double chin without letting it tuck. And then right leg, the best you can, it stays extended out, pointing the toes, pressing the back of the leg into the floor. If you ever need to bend your supporting leg, help keep that lower back in place, help stabilize those hips, that is a good option. So left leg moving, leg, point those toes, strong behind the knee, leg floats out and up toward the ceiling, nothing else moves. Inhale, it floats back down to the ground. Just the leg lifting and lowering. Making sure to keep the very tip of the tailbone pressing down. If the leg doesn't come up as far. Counting down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, hold the leg up. It's going to circle across. Circle down to the floor, out to the side, and up to the ceiling. You can start small with the circles. They get bigger when you feel comfortable securing the hips. Stretching that leg out from the hip. Active thigh muscles, lower leg muscles, and toes. Counting down. Circle 4, 3, 2, last one, and then reverse out to the side, down to the ground. Cross the other leg and up to the ceiling. Making progress, circle 6, and around. 5, 4, 3, last 2, last one. Leg floats all the way down. Same leg is going to lift, reaching with our fingertips, rolling up. First third or half of your back. Head, neck, shoulder blades, reaching toward your toes, drawing into the stomach, pull those front ribs together. Other leg stays on the ground, lower down, lower back, mid back, upper back, neck and head. Same thing, but now we reach the outside of the leg. So as I reach toward my left foot, I'm squeezing that left oblique. Hands about the same distance apart. Roll down, about shoulder distance. Plugging those shoulders in, scooping belly in, reach the inside of the leg. Twisting that right oblique and lower. That's our first set. Reaching toward the leg. Belly pulls in. Peel it down. Vertebrae by vertebrae. And then the outside of the leg. And then the inside. And repeat. Straight. Center. Inhale, lower. Exhale, the outside of the leg. Twist to the left. Inhale, lower. Exhale, twist to the right. Inside of the leg. Lower. And repeat. Belly scoops in. Center. To the outside. To the inside. And lower. Rolling up to the leg. Peel it down to the outside. Twist into the left waist. And lower to the inside. Reach to the fingertips. Plug shoulders down those side ribs. And lower. Just 2 more rounds. Reach to the foot. To the outside. To the inside. Final round like this. Roll it up. Center. To the outside. To the inside. Lower. This time we're going to hold. Roll up. Head, neck, shoulder blades. Holding onto the leg. Bending the knee a little bit if needed. Leg is heavy in your hands so you can lean back. That big inhale. And then starting to scoop to round the spine, lowering down. Still holding onto that heavy leg. Pressing into your hands to roll down, to peel down lower back to mid back. Maybe some of that upper back, neck, and head. Inhale, exhale, roll it up. Head, neck, upper back, mid back, and lower. So you might not come down all the way. That's okay. As you hold onto your leg, you're pulling that tension into the core. Inhale, exhale, roll back up. You bend your other knee in for a little added support coming up. You can keep that leg extended, reach out through the toes, pressing the back of the thigh down. Last couple ones. Lower. Lifts up. Final one, lower down. And we're going to stay down. Head down. Hands behind your head. Starting with just the leg is gonna lift, it's gonna come in, stacking knee over hip, upside down tabletop position, reach out through the toes and lower. Adding on head, neck, shoulder blades, lift as the knee comes in, twist opposite elbow to knee, and lower. So we're always twisting the same direction. We're twisting toward our moving leg. Lift, twist, and lower, making progress. Lift, squeeze around the belly button, you got it. Inhale, peel it down. Four more and we're through. 4, twist, extend and lower. Roll up 3, twist, extend and lower. Last 2, twist, extend and lower. Final one, roll up, twist, extend and lower. Give that knee a hug, a quick stretch. We'll get more as we roll onto our side. Leg can stay back behind you. Hips are still stacked, so pulling that top hip on top. We'll lift that bottom waist off the floor. And then our other leg, the one that wasn't moving, is now our moving leg, working in the inner thigh and the waistline. You can also take this leg in front. So making sure those hips stay stacked. Sitting bone over sitting bone. Reach out, pointing those toes, and we'll pulse here. So you got one line from your toes into your knee, your hips that are stacked. Shoulders are stacked. We'll pull those front ribs together to help. And then neck and head. Super straight leg, as straight as you can get, reaching out from the hip to help connect up through the pelvic floor, those deep core muscles, as well as into the waist from that outer thigh. Kneecap and toenails face forward. Pulse 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Flex the foot, last set of pulses. Press out through the heel. Pulse, pulse, pulse. So footprint going on to the wall to the side of you. Pulse, 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 pulse. And breathe for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, pulse, 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 and 1. Go ahead and stack those legs, bend those knees. Bring your knees back in line with your hips and shoulders. So we're setting up for our side plank, knees, hips, shoulders lined up, and then coming onto your forearm. You can always come down with your hip. If you can, we're gonna hold that side plank. See how that suspension up through the side, the rib cage, your waist, outer hip and thigh. We'll squeeze those shoulder blades together, finding a comfortable angle for your head. And then top leg extends, reaching from the outer thigh into that pinky toe. Same arm reaches overhead, bicep right over your ear. Inhale, exhale, elbow to knee. So you're pulling from the waist to bring the elbow and knee together. Inhale, stretching from the waist, push out from the side, and then exhale, hug it in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze. Pushing out, so active reach. Hug it in. Top side kind of feeling like an accordion. It stretches out, lots of space between the ribs, and hugs in, rib cage to outer hip. Counting down, you got 8. And squeeze. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come to face the ground, hands and knees. Pressing up from your palms, even weight dispersed between all 3 limbs that stay down. Little lift in that front waistband, core engaged, lower back protected. Take your left kneecap out to the side, keeping that bend in the legs. So we'll squeeze in the back of the thigh, and that left leg is going to circle. You can start in either direction. If you remember, we're going to go both ways. Keeping your supporting leg as straight up and down as possible. That's always a challenge. We'll lift in the back of the head, looking down between your hands. Circle for 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then reverse directions, whichever way you haven't gone before. You got it. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Leg is going to continue to move out to the side, knee directly in line with hip. Don't want to come toward the shoulder, and lower, and then back behind you. Knee behind hip and shoulder, toes point up to the ceiling, lower. So working in your glute muscle, that booty squeeze both as you go to the side and back. Squeezing the hamstring, the back of the leg to hold that bend. If you're squeezing something behind your knee, like when we use weights or those little rubber balls. Tap, side, tap, back. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, last 2, last 1. Squeeze it up and hold. Option to come down on those forearms. Keep lifting that front waistband and then not moving with your spine or your back, but with that booty squeeze, that glute squeeze, back of the hip. Poking a hole in the ceiling with that big toe. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stretch it out, press through the heel to feel good after all that squeeze in the back of the leg. And the other leg is going to extend as well, so we're back into our forearm plank one more time here today. You can hold on your knees, just make sure you don't sag in those hips. Heel one straight back. Ground your toes, we're going to pedal those legs out. Bending one knee, we'll tap on the floor, then the other. Breathing as you pedal the legs out, dancing in those hips, and then we'll take a stretch. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop to those knees, stretch it out, whatever feels good. Child's pose, rolling like a ball. Flipping those palms up, shaking out those shoulders, resting the forehead. You guys, we are almost done, so we'll finish with one more quick exercise. We'll come back to laying down. Doesn't really matter which way you face. And both sides in at once. So we are going to take our legs, both legs are going to reach up. So instead of just doing one leg at a time, one leg goes up to the ceiling, other leg reaches out, hovers above the ground, and switch. Just like when we were climbing up and down, we're going to reach for our legs. You can reach the back of your thigh, plugging shoulders in. So lots of space between your shoulders and ears. Keeping stomach in, keeping your hips in place. Also, you can do this with a bent knee. You want to reach up a little bit higher. Really squeezing in your belly button because you have that quick second as the legs scissor that you no longer have a leg to hold on to. Get some nice stretching with this as well. Also taking one or both hands behind your head, or take a break, rest your head on the floor for a couple of reps. Almost there. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to lower my head down, arms at my side. Legs are, you can kind of minimize it a little bit. So still in that scissor, one leg over the other. From here, we're going to do a reverse crunch. So head, neck, shoulder blades stay down. Chest away from your chin, keep it soft. Pushing the back of the arms, help lift through the sides of the back. Little scoop in the stomach and pressing into the back of the thighs to roll your tailbone up to the ceiling. Pause to switch, that scissor motion, and peel down. Hips lift to ribs, switch, and lower. Pressing into the back of the arms, the shoulder blades, to help keep tension away from the back of the neck and head. Switch and lower. Counting down, we're almost there. 6, 5, 4, 3, last 2, last 1. From here, you got 2 choices. You can hold hips down, back to scissoring the legs. You can hold hips up using your hands to support the lower back, fingertips, tailbone pulling to the ceiling, and scissor that way. Final countdown, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Draw those knees in, roll those hips down if they're lifted. Rocking side to side, massaging up across the width of your back. Reach for the outside borders of your feet, drawing your knees down deep into the side of the rib cage for your underarms. Continue to rock side to side or extend out one leg then the other, stretching through the inner thigh, the inner shoulder. And rolling up when ready. You guys, that was an awesome class. Hope you got as sweaty as I did. Feel free to continue to move and stretch, cool down however needed. I'll be posting this video later today, so you can check it out in our video library. If you're not receiving an email by later this afternoon, just send us a message.
Thank you, Sarah.